On the second and final day of his official visit to Moscow, Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras reiterated his country's stance on EU sanctions on Russia, saying that they are a road to nowhere. But Tsipras has been under pressure from Brussels to stay close to the official line on the sanctions, which have been imposed on the Kremlin over its military intervention in East Ukraine and seizure last year of Ukraine's Crimean Peninsula. As you probably know, the position of the new Greek government is that the sanctions lead nowhere. They lead to a dead end. Of course, sanctions are a common European decision. Regardless of what we think and what we believe, it still remains a European decision. Criticism of Tsipras's trip to Moscow came at a time when the EU is trying to maintain a unified position on Russia over its military intervention in Ukraine. The 28-nation bloc has imposed a range of economic sanctions on the Kremlin for its actions, with Russia responding with its own bans on Western food imports. President Putin earlier said that Greece could not be exempted from the retaliatory trade measures, but did suggest that Russian firms could become more deeply involved in the Greek economy. Greece was forced to vote for sanctions against Russia, and the countermeasures obviously hit Greece as well. But this is not our fault. 50% of import from Greece to the Russian market consisted of agricultural goods. But we just could not behave in a different way. We cannot make exception for one particular country of the EU as a whole. Tsipras appeared to support closer economic links with Russia, something which has led to accusations that Moscow is seeking to undermine EU unity by deepening its influence in a number of the bloc's member states. You were talking about the tension that is spread across our region, but Greece would like to use it to become a bridge between the European Union, that it is a member of, and Russia. In Athens, meanwhile, many Greeks said they supported their Prime Minister's move to seek support from outside the EU, which comes against the backdrop of a Greek economy struggling to meet the requirements of an EU bailout. The Greek economy emerged last year from a 6-year recession, which wiped out a quarter of the country's GDP. I think Mr. Tsipras is right to go to Russia. It does not please our partners, but our partners need to understand that from the moment that they will not give us funds, and they threaten that they will strangle us, that they will close our banks and our sources, and they threaten and strike out at Greece because we have no money, then he is doing the right thing. Is this not Europe? Shouldn't Europe be obliged to help us? The leftist Greek government led by Tsipras risks running out of money within weeks unless it can reach a new cash-for-reforms deal with its Eurozone and IMF creditors. But Putin stressed during the Greek Prime Minister's visit that Tsipras did not ask for financial assistance. That will likely satisfy Greece's European partners. Athens has in the past threatened to derail the EU's program of sanctions against Moscow, though analysts say such threats are likely only bargaining chips used to secure better terms on EU loans.